So what's Ho'oponopono? Ho'oponopono is a navigational map to help guide us through the treacherous pathways of conflict, both inner conflict and external conflict. It's a map that brings us back to soul sovereignty and 100% accountability. It's a system that reminds us there is more to every situation than what our finite mental capacity can even conceive. We're part of a broader web of life. We're part of a field, a lattice field of consciousness that we are collectively connected to and we're collectively contributing to every single moment of our life, as did our ancestors. So Ho'oponopono is the forgiveness technology of Hawaii that dates back as far back as 254 AD. And it's about understanding that whatever shows up in my world, I'm in relationship with it. Otherwise, it would not show up. And therefore, because I'm in relationship with it, I have a power to influence it, but not to influence the other, to influence my own healing so I can clean up my part. Now you might say, oh, well, if you're abused, you don't have a part. And I beg to differ. When I was in an abusive relationship, the thing that got me free and gave me my power was recognizing that I have a relationship to that. I had the exact frequency of low self-worth that my partner at the time needed to have his narcissistic power over me. So I did have a part. It's not about blame. It's acknowledging, where do I not stand in the fullness of who I am? Where do I not love myself? Where do I have blind spots that, maybe they're generational, maybe they're my own trauma, or maybe they're just a part of the collective field that I'm in a relationship to, that I'm experiencing this, or that I'm witnessing this in my environment. So there's a humility involved. There's the bowing down to the bigger I don't know. In terms of, I don't know, I have only a finite capacity to perceive. And everything I perceive is only based on what I've learned. So if I have not learned everything there is to learn, then my capacity is definitely diminished. And I have to be humble about that. I have to acknowledge that. And then I seek to expand my knowing of myself. I seek to understand the dynamics of the patterns that are underlying whatever it is that I am magnetizing into my world. Be it challenges with my own son, be it with my partner, be it with the world, be it whatever. I am in relationship to it because it's existing in my world. So Ho'oponopono is basically the way to get out of the blame game, because blame does not work. Blame, there's one finger here and there's three pointing back at me. It's one of my favorite expressions that I've used all my life. And that's what brought me to heal my traumas, heal the feeling of being victimized by, the abuse that I have endured in my life from early childhood on. I didn't have a simple life, but there was always a part of me saying, okay, there's got to be more, and I look to nature, and you see in nature, destruction only destroys what can be destroyed, not what's strong and rooted and healthy. So when our storms come in our life, they're there to destroy what doesn't work anymore. And often that's our beliefs. Often it's our perceptions. Often it is, relationships that have gotten off course of being aligned in love and truth. So there's no bad guy here. There's no person to blame. There's just simply dynamics to observe, to understand, and to humble ourselves to that I don't see all the picture. I don't see all the picture. I don't see all the dynamics. And so therefore, I'm going to do my Ho'oponopono. I love you. To the divinity in the person, in the situation. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the divinity in the person, in the situation, and in me. I'm sorry for the ways that I helped contribute to this conflict, knowingly and unknowingly. Please forgive me to the divinity within and without for all the ways I've knowingly and unknowingly perpetuated this patterning through my reactions, through not going deeper, through not healing. And then thank you, knowing that when we appeal upon divinity, we realize that there's a story bigger than us. We humble ourselves, and when we do that, that is when providence can move. That is when grace can come in and help us. That is when our soul can rise and inform us. Because when we do Ho'oponopono, we quiet the ego, we quiet the blame game. We are basically saying to conflict, not anymore. I'm going to find the deeper reasons. I'm going to understand. I'm going to know myself. And that is my path. So Ho'oponopono is the path to move away from conflict within first. And the conflicts we experience outside of us are a mirror and a reflection of where we are not yet congruent and aligned in our own self. Here's Pono. So Ho'oponopono is not a magic formula. I'm going to do Ho'oponopono, it's going to heal my friend or my family or whatever. No, Ho'oponopono is the only healing system that is about self-accountability. It's about healing self first. So I'm going to invite you to take that in and look wherever you are seeing conflict in your world or in yourself, and humble yourself to at least acknowledge, I don't know all there is to know. Because that's what gets us trapped. We think we know. We've created our interpretations based on the finite insights and knowledge that we have, and we're making it an absolute. And that is the source of ongoing conflict. Because we are not willing to see we don't know everything there is to know, and to hold back our interpretations of another, and instead, let's look at me. Let's look at what is going on in me. Let's look at where I have contributed to this in some way, knowingly or unknowingly, or maybe it's ancestral. Maybe it's a collective human learning that I am here to learn as well. And when we do that, and I can speak from experience, everything changes. That's when peace starts to come in. Because we can't change anything or anyone outside of us. We can only change ourselves. And what Wayne Dyer always said before he passed, when you change yourself, you change the world around you. And that is a fact. Quantum physics even proves it too. Joe Dispenza, Greg Braden, there's so many amazing minds and sciences that prove this. Now the question is not that, is it true? The question is, am I going to use that truth to change my life? Am I going to be diligent? Am I going to commit to, whenever I want to do this, to take a look at these 3 fingers and discover them and find out, what is my part? What can I do? And is my reaction going to help resolve this conflict? Is it actually going to contribute, or is it going to amplify it and put fire in it? Then we got to hold our tongue. We got to hold it in and use that combustion of contrasts within us, the paradox, the friction. And when we do that, when we pull it in and we use that inner combustion, that is when a new door opens. That is when we have the capacity to see beyond what we can see. And we recognize that we did not know what we did not know. And it keeps us humble, it keeps us engaged, and it keeps us connected to love. So there's my 2 cents on Ho'oponopono. I teach this in my retreats. I teach this online. I was blessed, if you haven't met me yet, I'm Luana Victoria Rana. I was blessed to study with my Kahuna Elder for 5 years in Hawaii and be ordained as a teacher and healer with the permission to share these teachings. So I pray that Ho'oponopono can touch your heart, that what I said might ring true, and that you might be able to create a shift where you're feeling the most inner conflict or most lost, and just know that you are a free agent in this universe with the power to focus and choose. When you choose love, love chooses you. Actually, love chooses you anyway, but when we choose it, then that gets amplified. That's how we bring peace to ourselves. That is how we start to trickle, ripple by ripple, peace into the universe to bring back a balance of love. E aloha e. Bless you.